Hey guys, what's up? So, the next poem I'll be reading is 1026, and this is called Greed from the Seven Deadly Sins. I thought it'd be clever to write seven stories individually of the seven deadly sins, but have each one connected to the other. I wanted all of them to be really dark, but also to have a message how one sin could take over and affect our lives. Greed from the Seven Deadly Sins. Jimmy, Rhonda, and Janice's mother are all sitting on the kitchen table. The television is loud and running in the living room, and they are listening, but also discussing the latest scandal about Professor Abrams and how he's getting a life sentence for the murder of the dean and Professor Anderson. Everything came out, the affair between the dean and the professor, how there was favoritism, and so much more. I still can't believe this. That was Janice's favorite teacher, and she spoke so highly of him. Jimmy interrupted. They wanted to move him to another university, and he was the one teacher that worked there the longest. For some reason, I feel like there's something strange happening. Rhonda looked at him. You always think there's a conspiracy or a story somewhere. Eleanor looked down. Rhonda touched her shoulder. How's she doing, by the way? She nodded her head. Unfortunately, she's not. In a sound condition, another state of mind. I never thought I would see my daughter like that. The mother got up and turned around so the two kids wouldn't see her cry. Bill walked down the stairs, adjusting his tie, looking at the kids sitting on the table. Oh, company over so early. Rhonda and Jimmy rolled both their eyes and started to get their things ready to leave. You guys don't have to go. And liked having people around, especially now with everything going on. Rhonda said, well, I gotta hit the gym anyway, while Jimmy said, I gotta study for my midterms. They both left, shutting the door, leaving husband and wife in the house. So where's breakfast? She laughed. There's a box of cereal in the cabinet, if you're hungry. He sniggered and grabbed his briefcase. You know, you still have another child left to take care of. She got up and raised her tone. You don't have to remind me of that, because I woke him up. I did his lunch, and I already took him to school. Right. You. I'm just a bread maker in this family, that's it. I'm not going to argue with you today. Have you even seen your daughter since you put her in that place? You're making me out to be this kind of monster, but I was the one that wanted her to better herself. I even tried to get her a job on my building as a secretary. Exactly, a state job. Her major was philosophy. You don't even know her. I was trying to prepare her. Now I gotta go to work, pissed off. Thanks. He slammed the door and walked to his car, getting into it, driving off. He parked his car in the parking garage and got out, walking to the building. He quickly rushed to a closing elevator, but someone pushed his hand out so he can come inside. A refined man, striking and handsome, with a black stylish suit and a Prada suitcase with black shades. It was Mr. Refusal. He spoke. Floor, I said. 13. He looked at me while taking his glasses off. What do you know? That's my favorite number. I smiled and looked back up. You know, if you need someone to talk to, I'm always willing to assist you. The man handed me one of his cards. I took it and read his name and occupation. Let me guess, my wife put you up to this. He put his hands together. She's just worried about you, sir. The door is finally open. I'm sure she is. You have a good day. He walked out of the elevator, but the man whispered one more thing. The love of money is the root of all evil. I turned back to the elevator, but there was no one in there, and it closed. That was weird. Jonathan, one of my employees, came up to me. I have some good news. We kept walking. Well, your stock, it went up, which is so weird considering you were losing money a few days ago. I smiled. How much? We talking here. He handed me a paper, and I shouted from the heavens. I sat back on my desk, crunched some numbers, did some work, then went home to tell the wife the good news. Unfortunately, she had left me a note saying, I can't do this anymore. I'm taking my kid. I'm filing for a divorce. Figure out what's good for you. What am I talking about? You always done that. Sure, I was sad. But then you know what I did? I went on a shopping spree. A new suit, new shoes, a new watch, some new clothes, a pool. I went crazy. And then that night, I called up a few buddies of mine. We went to a strip bar and got drunk. The whole week was like that. Then Monday come. I drove in my Ferrari in the parking garage. People were rushing out of the building. There were police everywhere. Jonathan came out of his car up to me and said, If I were you, I'd get into your car and go. I was confused. What the hell's going on? He spoke lower. Apparently, someone hacked into our system and changed the numbers. What? Jonathan. Yeah. So I suggest you get out of here and get rid of that car and everything you bought and flee from your home. I looked at him, shocked. But then I won't have anything left, Jonathan said. What's more important to you, buddy?